Without any further ado, I just want to welcome my brother, Asif Ali.
Assalamu alaikum. It's a nice feeling just to see the room filled with many familiar faces. Alhamdulillah, another year, Human Relief Foundation are in Sheffield, and we're doing our annual charity iftar to raise money for our brothers and sisters in Yemen. Subhanallah, it's been a crazy journey so far. I started 2 years ago with Human Relief Foundation, going out there, traveling. We went to Jordan, went to the Jordan-Syria border, working in refugee camps. And that's where I saw poverty at its finest, in its most real form, very, very raw. You know, seeing these people not knowing where their food, we're not knowing when their next meal is going to come. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, look around you and you look at the stage and you look at everything and everything looks so nice, but trust me, like on the other side is the total opposite. I've got some volunteers in this room, alhamdulillah, that came out with me last time we went to Jordan, and I mean, they will tell you themselves. I explained to them beforehand, I said, when you come back, your life's never going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. The reason is because, think of somebody close in your family. For me, I think of my niece, yeah? Somebody that's close to you. You think of somebody that's close to you and you think of them being in a refugee camp, not knowing where their next meal is going to come from. Think of that person that's most close, or it might be your mother. She might be the most closest person to you. Think of her in a refugee camp, not knowing where her next meal is going to come from. You're not there, brothers. You're not there to help your mum because you're no longer alive. Do you know what I mean? Things over there, the situation over there is a lot more drastic and a lot worse than what we actually think it is. We look at these videos, we read a couple of statistics and we think, yeah, so many people died, this many people died. It's just a number, but these are real people. Brothers and sisters, these are real people. You understand? This is not fake. That's my job. My job and my trust that I've got from them people is to come back here and tell you guys how serious their situation is. Because if I'm not going to do that, then what is the point? Really, what is the point? Do you know what I mean? Now, I mean, I was going to initially share some stories of brothers and sisters in Yemen, some very personal stories, but there's going to be somebody else on stage that can do that. And Brother Abdul, he's shared quite a bit, so they asked me to do some poetry, right? Now, I didn't do no poetry at the last event, so we missed out, but inshallah this time, yes, inshallah this time I'm going to do something for you guys. So here we go. Bismillah. Just need to remember the lyrics. It's been a bit okay, first actually before I start, can I just say a big shout out to my mum and Omar's mum. Yeah, thank you very much. A round of applause please for our mums as well, please. Yeah, you know what I mean? We always do this, we always put them on the spot and embarrass them before we do something ourselves, you know what I mean? So, okay, bismillah. Okay. Let me take you on a trip down memory lane. It's insane when I think about all of the pain. No, I'm not sane and now I'm not the same. All this trauma, anxiety weighing down on my brain, bro. And where'd I put the blame, bro? The answer to the question isn't really that plain, bro. So I gotta stop playing, bro, and take my mind to the source of the very same pain. Because I can't believe this fake life, what I'm living. When I'm trying to move forward and I just keep sinning. My mind keeps reliving bad times from the past. No hashtag winning, my soul I am killing. No mercy is chilling. The devil got me trapped and makes me feel like I'm willing to go outside and disobey my creator. And disobey my creator. But trust me, I'll know when that time comes later, when I'm forced to meet my maker. The ones who's great, it will always be greater than any existence. So don't ever be mistaken, because our souls will be taken, and in death there's no faking. Don't waste your time contemplating. My uncle crossed the road but didn't know death was waiting. Please understand the importance of what I'm stating. Is there anyone in here that understands or relating? Because we can all sit here arguing and debating, but I had to carry my uncle on my shoulder. And trust me, I never felt a feeling so colder. Trauma and stress weighing down like a boulder. The devil's gonna beat me, so I turned to my soldier. My one and only, yeah, I told you, my mother, who clearly explain that I'm hurting inside, I'm looking for someone to blame. But that's pretty insane for someone going around making all of these claims that he believes in God's power, from the glaring sun to the hailstones and rain. So I need to remember the decree of Allah, it will always remain. And I need to accept this, it's so clear and plain. And I need to forget about all the fear and pain, because it's all from Him. And if I don't accept, then on me is all shame. So now I'm looking inside for the strength that will lift me. And I feel it in Salah, and it lifts me so swiftly, and it lifts me so quickly. And when I don't pray, I swear down, it sicks me, and my punishment will come when I'm down under 6 feet. If I'm 25 or 60, just know death will never miss me. And for all those judging me on what I am saying, I'm just telling the truth. I ain't got no time for no faking. So take this as a message. Yeah, I hope you're awakened. Call me a hypocrite, I don't care how it's taken, but don't be mistaken. I'm just warning and saying, through the death of my uncle is where I found myself praying. And it can't be a lesson like mine, because the debt I'm still paying. Poetry in motion. That's the point. I wasn't actually gonna do any poetry, but the host Omar, he insisted that I do something for the crowd. So I felt, you know what, why not? But really, you know that poem there, right? No word of a lie. I'm telling you, every single word is the truth. Everything that I'm talking about, my uncle's death, everything. And this is what I'm going to finish off on, is this. You don't know when your last moments are going to be. You don't know when you're going to go. And we're in the beautiful month of Ramadan. And I'm sure we'd all like to be taken in this month, because we know the gates of Jannah are open. But in this month, let's maximize, let's capitalize on this month that we've got, because you don't know when your next Ramadan is going to be. You don't know when you're going to be part of this blessed month. So when I say maximize, make the most of it. Do as many good deeds as you can. Because like I said, you just don't know when your last moments are going to be, and you don't know if you're going to make it for the next one. And that's my message to you guys, inshallah. Please guys, keep me and my team in your du'as. We're always constantly traveling, and we're going on these deployments, and we're doing our whole heart best to deliver the sadaqah and the zakat that you people are donating, and we deliver it by hand. Alhamdulillah for everything so far. Inshallah, we're going to carry on doing more work in Sheffield. Human Relief Foundation is going to get bigger and stronger. We're going to do more work and better work, and inshallah, by the will of Allah, we're going to help our brothers and sisters in Yemen. Jazakallah khair, everybody. Assalamu alaikum.
Right now, we're going to invite Sister Shireen to the stage. Shireen's from the Human Relief Foundation, and she's going to be conducting the fundraising, inshallah. She's just come back from Iraq on a deployment herself. She's one of the members of the team that goes out there and hand delivers the aid herself. So inshallah, give her a warm welcome to the stage. Shireen.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is the part where you guys begged me to come off stage because it's close to iftar time. But inshallah we can get together and make a massive, massive impact. As Omar said, I've just got back from Iraq myself. I've travelled out with Human Relief Foundation and the team over X amount of years now, and I've seen the crisis on the border of Syria. I've been amongst the crisis in Iraq. When I speak about Iraq, I'm talking about being amongst a situation where we're delivering food packs, and just behind us, just a few miles behind us, bombs are going off, and we're still delivering aid in that situation. We've been to Bangladesh aiding the Rohingya. We've sat in tents and camps with people who have told us some crazy stories about what's been going on in their lives. And I don't know how much of you guys know about what's going on in all of these countries. But to a lot of us, you know, when you have a look at humanitarian crises all over the world, we have a look on social media, we have a look at what's on the news, and everything is very statistic based. Everything. You know, 3.2 million Syrian refugees fleeing, 17 million people fleeing here in Iraq, and 17 million people fleeing over there. But what do we actually know about the families, the people? People like you and me. Now, one of the biggest problems is in these situations, our brothers and sisters are just statistics. That's all they've become for us now. And that's not our fault, it's just the fault of, you know, the fact that all these wars are going on, and it's in our human nature to be so used to hearing about these things. But we have to take a minute to recognize that these people are you and me. And what I'm going to try and do today is put a little bit of life in these statistics. Thinking about Yemen, bearing in mind when we've distributed to people who have just fled ISIS, bombs going off in front of our faces, and yet I've never ever come across a worse situation than we have in Yemen. The UN has declared it as the biggest humanitarian crisis, and the worst thing is that was 6 months ago, a year ago, and things are getting worse now. I'm going to show you a little video just for anybody who doesn't actually know what's going on out there. But I want to just quote something from the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. The best of people are the people of Yemen. Belief is Yemeni, and I am Yemeni. Now, bearing in mind the Prophet, peace be upon him, was not Yemeni, but this is something that's coming out from his mouth. And that's powerful. You know, he spoke to his Sahabas, may Allah be pleased with them all. And he said, the people of Yemen are coming to you. The people of Yemen are coming to us. And what I want you to do is look after them, because they are people of Iman. They are good-hearted people. I want you to look after them. It was a command of the people. It's a sunnah for us to look after the people of Yemen. Leave that to us.
What makes Ramadan special? For some people, it might be having a big meal end of the day. Some people, it might be connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For me, Ramadan is very special, especially because when I come to an amazing event like this, Human Relief Foundation have done it again. Hats off to all of them to pulling off a magnificent, amazing event. And every single time I look forward to coming to these events. Today I am with Asim Khan, Omar, Adnan and Neelam. So Neelam, if you could please ask them a few questions about today's event, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, first of all, I'm just going to start with Omar. You actually presented the event tonight. How do you think you went? What kind of turnout do you think you had tonight?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, this is our third annual HRF event in Sheffield. Alhamdulillah, I've looked up at the start of each event and I've seen every single table occupied, and I think for event organisers, that's all you can ask for really, is just people to turn up, have an open mind, have an open heart and listen to what we've got to say.
I mean, it saddens our hearts so much listening about the events and the things that are actually happening in Yemen, and the sister that touched on these brutal attacks, but not even attacks by war, she said it was more hunger.
Yeah.
So the turnout, I mean, being there as well, I mean, I can fetch Asim Khan into this as well. You've actually witnessed and been to Syria and Palestine, and you've only just come back from Syria, is that correct? And you've been to Yemen also. You guys have seen this for yourselves, right?
Just to clarify, I've been to the Syrian border and I've just returned from Lebanon, and I was due to go out to Yemen, but unfortunately I'm not going to be going now, but my team's going to be going out there. But yeah, like you're saying, when you go out there, it's a totally different story. You go there, you meet the people, you see the people, and you see the struggles that they're going through. And the first thing you do, like I said on stage, when I was on stage, is you relate it to somebody that's close to you in your own family. And you just think, imagine if this person was in that position, how would I feel? You know, and when you've got people like us that are comfortable, living life all right, you know, we ain't got nothing to worry about, then you'd hope that these people would try and do something for them people out there. So alhamdulillah, like for the turnout, you know, it was a mashallah, brilliant turnout. And but yeah, it's like I was saying on stage, it's real work. It's real work.
Absolutely. One thing that I would love to know, Asim, is the very first time that you actually went. Which country did you actually go to first?
Jordan.
Jordan. the first time when you come off that plane and you went to see these sites yourself, the very first reaction, how did you feel when you went there? Can you explain to me emotionally, how did you come back affected? Did your life change?
Yeah, so when I was on stage, I think I mentioned that I took some volunteers out there with me, and I said that when they go out there, I told them in advance, I was like, be prepared, because when you get back, your life's not going to be the same. You're not going to be able to function, you're not going to be able to do your normal 9 to 5 work. Your head is going to be back there in the refugee camps, them orphans, them widows. After you've heard all the brutal stories, like you just mentioned, what these people have been through. So when I actually went out there, and when I come back, the first thing I did was hand my work notice in, because I was like, I'm not doing this. I was working in like a retail store. I was like, I'm not doing this no more, because there's a lot more to life than this. Alhamdulillah, I was lucky enough that Human Relief Foundation gave me the opportunity. They were like, look, we want you to come out with us a bit more and do a bit more work with us. But if I'd have come back and just carried on doing what I was doing, like, I don't know what would have happened. Like, I needed to do this. So alhamdulillah, like, for that opportunity. But yeah, it changes your life. You know, like, you think, you know, when you're eating food, for example, every last like speck of food that's on that plate, you finish it, because you know exactly like the people over there, what they're going through. You know, it makes you appreciate life a lot more. So it is life changing. It changes your life.
Absolutely. And the brother on the end there, Adnan, you've been out there as well?
No, not yet.
All right, okay. So after tonight's events, what message would you give to the young youth out there?
I would say to everyone, like, if you can't go out there and help them, then come out here and help us, like, volunteer. You know, behind the scenes, there's so much work to, like, Asim's going out there to the deployments. Masha is doing a great job, but like, I remember that behind the scenes, there's team here, just like 4 or 5 members in Sheffield. So if you can expand the volunteers and just give 2-3 hours and dedicate it, and inshallah we can make a big difference.
That's where all the hard work is.
Yeah, definitely, like selling the tickets,
things
like
that we don't see.
Exactly, yeah, 100%. Like, you know, like saying all this stuff is different, but when you're working like behind the scenes and doing it all there, like, there's just like few of us. Like, if there wasn't Omar, if there wasn't Asim pushing it out there, and there wasn't volunteers like us, then it wouldn't be possible today, like, literally. So alhamdulillah, it's a blessing to have people like these who are going out on deployments. If I could go, inshallah, when my mom lets me, then I can make a difference. But for now, I can do behind the scenes with these guys.
Every little bit helps, doesn't it?
Definitely, like, just selling one ticket, like getting the £10, that was just like the most, like, just, you know, the little
Every
bit.
little helps. It's all about intention when it comes to giving.
Yeah, I think the intention counts a lot. Like, you know, even if you don't sell the tickets, but the intention behind it, oh, we're doing it for a good cause, that's more than anything. That's the best part, I would say, definitely.
Omar, you've done many different events, haven't you?
Yeah.
Which one would you say has touched you the most? I mean, all the events and all the causes that we do when it comes to the charity events, which one would you say is the most, that inspired you the most, or the one that you actually enjoyed hosting? I know you enjoy hosting them all. Like me, your voice likes to be heard. Which one has grasped your heart more than anything?
Yeah, no, I think you said it at the start. Like, it'd be very difficult to put my hand on one, and I think that's because whenever we focus on a particular event, that's it. My heart and mind is focused on that event. So right now, the answer I'd give you is Yemen, because today we're here fundraising for Yemen, and my mind and heart is focused on that. Obviously, last year, alhamdulillah, we raised some decent money for Pakistan, and the year prior to that, it was Syria. So it's just whatever the focus happens to be at that time. But obviously, there's people all over the world that need help, and we're just sort of doing it each year at a time, doing what we can.
Okay. So how many people we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. One positive word each. I'm going to go all the way down. One positive word each when it comes to charity, and a positive word that we can put out there that the young youth are going to grasp upon or go away and think about. So I'm going to choose inspire.
Alhamdulillah.
Smile.
Hope.
Help.
Oh, mashallah, look at that, fantastic. What a fantastic evening has been. Thank you guys so much. Honestly, whatever work you are guys doing is wonderful. It's good to see. I think the amount of young youths that were here as well tonight have seen it, and you've been absolute fantastic role models. You should be so proud of yourselves, and may Allah Ta'ala reward you so much immensely through this month of Ramadan. Wish you all the best. So Jazakallah for having us part of this. Yeah, of course you can, yeah.
Just before we wrap it up, I'd like to say one thing. Charity is all different shapes, forms, sizes. If you want to give a smile, give money, give time. Talking about time, today is a Saturday night. I'm a taxi driver. I could have been out there working, maybe even making £200, £300, but I decided not to. I decided to come to a charity event because this is also sadaqah. So I urge every single one of you, please participate. Please come to these events because without you people, it won't be possible. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the greatest. He knows it all. He has a better plan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all the Muslim brothers and sisters in this month of Ramadan that have passed away the highest Jannatul Firdaus. I'd like to just finish off by saying, and Human Relief Foundation, you've done a great job. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Should we take a few pictures? Yeah. Can you please take a picture of us? Just switch it to photo mode and just
Ash
take a
vlogs.
picture.
Ash vlogs.
Neela?